Here we onboarded this application, just see. One of the application, Amazon. So here I onboarded only mobiles. So we onboarded only mobiles. Okay. But I need to onboard other services as well. For my Amazon application, I need to onboard other services. Just see, just now we observed, right? If you are trying to onboard multiple containers, we are facing some issues, resource issues. So we are not able to accommodate multiple containers here, right? So in that use case, we need to go for multiple Docker servers. Okay. Instead of using single Docker server, we need to use multiple Docker servers. Okay. But how to manage all these Docker servers? Suppose if you are trying to use multiple Docker servers, right? So sometimes we need to use huge number of Docker servers. Okay. In that use case, we can go for container orchestration. Okay. So let me show you that. Container orchestration, let us see that. So let me show you that. Okay. Container orchestration. Okay. So let us see the steps also. And also just see challenges in our Docker also. If any container goes down, so let us say here we are running one of the container. If that container goes down, so someone should fix that issue. Here, if it is container goes down, someone should fix that issue, right? But Kubernetes, whenever you're trying to use Kubernetes having one important feature like self-healing. Self-healing. Automatically, issue will be resolved. Now, just see this picture. Again, just go back to your SDLC stages. Developers, right? And you can see. And as of now, if you observe traditional environment scenarios, right? Here, developers, they are trying to develop the code. Once it is done, they will try to onboard this code with our environments, right? So here you can see some of the environment, XYZ, a prod environment, let's say prod. These are all different stages are there. Okay. Here there is a dedicated operation team. There is a team called Ops team. They will take care of how to enable this application with end users, right? This is the operational team responsibility. Now here we are placing Kubernetes cluster. We are planning to place Kubernetes cluster. Once you place Kubernetes cluster, we can reduce the dependency with the operation team. So now just see, once you set up this environment, next time onwards, now developer can onboard this application without taking help from operation team, right? So we are trying to set up self-managed services. Okay. So here we're planning to set up self-managed services. Okay. Now let's see that. How to set up, let us see that. How to set up the strategies also, we'll see that. Okay. Now, so let us see this scenario. So first, let us try to focus how to set up this Kubernetes. Once it is done, let us align with our CI/CD pipelines. Okay. So let us see that. Okay. So here we're discussing this point, right? So these are all Kubernetes clusters, multiple Kubernetes cluster we are going to set up. Okay. And also just see, while using your Docker, if any Docker server goes down, we don't have any alternative, right? But Kubernetes, we can start adding multiple clusters here, multiple servers. If one server goes down, we don't have any issue. We can distribute these containers with other servers. Whenever there is any downtime, automatically you can distribute all these containers with other servers. Okay. So in this way, you can see that So high availability, we're discussing self-healing, high availability. Okay. Self-healing as well as high availability. And also let's see auto scaling. Whenever is there a demand, so we generally we are scaling automatically, right? We are using virtual machine scale set, all these things we are using. But here we can start using auto scaling method as well. Auto scaling. Let us say here users, if they are trying to access more number of users, they are trying to access automatically, we can scale, right? And also previously we focused only one specific service with the help of Docker. Now we are trying to focus these entire sections within the Kubernetes cluster. I would like to create one sec. Okay. Here I would like to create multiple services within the Docker server. Okay. So within the Docker server, I would like to create all the services, and simple way you can set up your applications. But here the one more important thing. So application should be converted as a microservice. Previous class also we discussed, right? Monolithic as well as microservice. First, this application should be converted as a microservice. But these are all things will be taken care by our developers. It is migration. Okay. Uber previously they used Mesos, Apache, and after that they migrated with our Kubernetes. Right. You can also refer this official documentation also. So Kubernetes case studies. Case studies. Different case studies are there. Let me show you this case studies. And particularly AI world, AI, ML, IoT, right? These are all areas Kubernetes is the crucial part, right? So these are all different companies, why they might choose, why they selected Kubernetes. Just see, these are all different organizations, you can see that. Right? So many companies are there, list you can see one by one. Okay. And also just see OpenAI Kubernetes case study. Just go through this case study also, OpenAI case study. Why they selected Kubernetes? Okay. So just see, launching and scaling up experiments made simple, right? So just see. So here they mention challenges. Okay. OpenAI needed infrastructure for deep learning that could allow experiment to run either in the cloud or in its own data center. To easily scale, portability, speed, and cost were the main drivers. So here the Kubernetes provided the solution. Okay, whatever challenges they here they provided the solution. How they provided, we'll see that. We are going to discuss all these parts one by one. Just we are trying to understand where we can use and what is the important use case. You can see that. And also just in OpenAI itself, they used some 7,500 plus Kubernetes nodes. Why they are using these many nodes? Not only OpenAI, if you observe any AI-related providers, backend, most of the time they are using Kubernetes-related workloads. Okay. That's why Kubernetes is very important nowadays, like a modern infrastructure or modern environment. So it's very important. So we are going to focus Kubernetes. We are going to deep dive into Kubernetes topics. Okay. Docker is the prerequisite one. Before going to the Kubernetes, Docker is the basic structure. On top of that, how to manage your Docker environments, we are going to discuss.